I am Random Nonsense. Daredevil, Born Again, Season 2, Episode 6. We finally got Jessica Jones. Yay. Finally. It was a good episode. Yeah. It was a good episode. I don't seem too thrilled, do I? There's some things I enjoyed, some things. Like I said, random nonsense. My brain goes everywhere, so I will probably not go in order the episode. That's just how I am. Why am I singing? I don't know why. It's not a fucking musical. Thank God it's not a musical episode. That'd be terrible if Daredevil did a freaking musical episode. Ugh. Like they're like controlled by Puppet Master or some shit. I don't know. No, I don't know. Or arcade guy, the arcade character, or X-Men. I don't know. Well, the episode starts. I can go in the beginning at least of the episode. The episode starts with Fisk crying, because Vanessa's dead. She's dead. No, I'm not going Sith Lord now, but Vanessa's dead. Fisk is crying. I predicted this before. I had this thought in my head before I even pushed play on the episode. I bet you Fisk is gonna kill that doctor. What does he do? He kills that doctor. The doctor is like, she's in a better place and all this razzma jazz, But he even gives Fisk a hug. And what does Fisk do? He crushes him to death. A big bear hug. It'll kill you. You doctor, you didn't do your job. You didn't save her. No. That was really how the episode started. Cue the credit intro. No. Freaking Bullseye is freaking handcuffed to a bed. And Matt leaves Bullseye with Karen Page. And we find out that Karen was talking to Jessica Jones that other episode that we were being put off for a while, but yeah. Because what does Jessica do now? She looks like a completely different person. She's a mom. just the way she looks as a mom, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. Thankfully, she's back into her leather jacket later on in the episode and looks more normal. More like how Jessica Jones usually looks. I don't know, just the way she's looking as a mom, it I don't know, it looked weird. She looked too professional or something. I don't want Jessica to be too professional. Yeah, she's a mom, but she's supposed to be like the cool mom, not be the nanny or whatever mom, not the pretty mom. I don't know. She's pretty mom, but you know what I mean. There's just a different look. It just, I don't know, kind of off-putting. I don't know, just weird. But come to find out, it's not the task force going after her. And it's weird because they throw like a bomb in the house and the freaking kid plays with a bomb. Yeah. I'm surprised the bomb doesn't go off. It's making a bunch of noise. She keeps on tapping it like it's a bop it or something. I think that's what bop it. Uh, it's not a toy, honey. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. Uh, I want her to be the badass mom, not be the "it's okay, honey" kind of mom. No, I want her to be the cool mom, one that one that rides a freaking motorcycle. No, no, no. It's just weird to me. I don't get it. Just is. That's just how it is. It's just weird to me. Obviously, this was already rumored before this episode even aired that she was gonna have a kid with Luke Cage. Yeah, they're spoiled. No Luke Cage this episode though. But yeah, the kid's probably their kid, obviously. Which, I'll get there. Okay, this is off topic, but her and Luke Cage having a kid. Okay, that's good. But the thing I realized more for Luke Cage, don't get me wrong, those 2 seasons were good. We never got actually his origin story, like with his parents and stuff. He never got called Power Man either. Then, at least not that I remembered. But yeah, that was the off topic. He's got a kid, but we never find out about when he was a kid, when he got his powers from, and his parents are scientists and stuff. Yeah. I would like that. That would have been a good. That would have been a good route to take, like Luke Cage season 3 or something. I don't. Just pitching that idea. I don't know what they do if the rumors they're planning. They're already gonna plan make. Supposedly they're returning all the shows, like all. Thankfully, Iron Fist is coming back. So, sorry for those haters out there that don't like the Iron Fist. It was good. It was good, and he was gonna go after. He saw another dead Iron Fist, and he was gonna go after more other Iron Fists in season 3, but that didn't happen. That was a cliffhanger. I know. Now I'm just getting off topic of this episode. I'm talking about the whole Defenders stuff. Okay. I guess I'll talk about that. Screw it, let's just talk about that. I'm just gonna talk, not trying to go in order of the episode. I try my best to do that, but remember that last episode before this one? When freaking Buck and Daniel were picking a shovel or a saw. Yeah, well, we don't see any of that happen. Because Buck's at the hospital when Fisk kills the doctor, so he has to get rid of another body. Hey, I just got rid of a body. I gotta get rid of another one. No. But yeah, the whole mole and leaking footage, that whole stuff with BB. Buck even talks to Daniel offside, like, what if it is her and stuff. She actually protected herself. But yeah, the episode, it's Daniel's birthday, so what do? Her and BB go to Daniel's mom's house, and then it becomes an episode of The Penguin. No. God, Oswald! No. I'm sorry, just the way she talks. She talks like Penguin's mom to me. It's weird. But, uh, off topic again. No, this is kind of on topic, but yeah, there's a bait. Daniel tells BB, Fisk is gonna leave after his term. He's not gonna do another term. And she almost texts it, but she doesn't. She deletes the text. She's not gonna save it for her BB report. Because what does she do? Because she sees Daniel's room and she sees a picture of Daniel's father, and it makes her realize that she's not gonna use this guy, but Daniel. Remember, White Tiger gave the other guy money to put a chip in the BB's pocket. Well, that comes back around because BB has it in her pocket still, and Daniel takes it out of her pocket and he's like, "What's this? This is the leaking footage of the Daredevil and Swordsman helping the prisoners escape or whatever." But yeah, Buck. See, I'm just making sure I talk about everything, even the stupid stuff, even the sexual stuff. Oh, freaking! It could have gone sexual, but it didn't. No. Heather is still dealing with her PTSD of Muse, and Buck tells her to do what Muse did to her. He tells Heather to put her hands on him and choke him. Oh my gosh, really? How's it feel? It feel good? Which is weird because before that she's stealing fucking Vanessa's jewelry. She's stealing jewelry from a dead person. Uh Heather, you have joined the dark side. Even though you haven't put on that Muse mask yourself yet. Because that's what everybody's guessing is gonna happen. But yeah. I still can't believe that happened though. But Daredevil freaking left Bullseye handcuffed to a bed with Karen alone. Well, Daredevil and Jessica are doing some badassery. Yeah, they're kicking that ass. They're fighting the crime. They're blowing up the weapons. But before I get there, how? Why are they? How? Why? What? Yeah, I told you it wasn't the task force that invaded her home. No, we come to find out that Charles hired those people. That's right. Shaggy comes back around. No, freaking Mr. Charles. He hired those people to go to Jessica's house, and come to find out that Fisk obviously moved the weaponry. Mr. Charles isn't happy about that, obviously, and he calls Fisk, and Fisk just completely ignores him. He just lets him talk, and he's like, "Fuck," and obviously he ends the conversation. But yeah, because Fisk doesn't. And I guess Mr. Charles is gonna try and talk to the governor about the weapons and stuff. And there's that whole talk about what we get spoiled in Spider-Man Brand New Day. The new governor. But yeah. Go. White Tiger, of course, wants to do. White Tiger's niece. She's. White Tiger 2.0. Say that. White Tiger 2.0 obviously wants to get more into the action and stuff. The freaking. That cop. That cop that gave Matt the key card so he can free those people. He's back on the force. until he gets murdered. I can't hold down the spoiler. I already spoiled this episode, obviously, 15 minutes into it. Why am I spoiler? Yeah, even though I spoiled the episode. No, I'm kidding. Read the title. Spoilers in the freaking title. No, from the video. But, that cop, he gets a new key card, too, from that crooked cop that, yeah, one that that Matt got beaten up by in season 1. But yeah, so that cop gets killed. Karen's there on the streets too, and with Tiger. And there's I'm already getting to the end of the episode. Yeah, I talk about Jessica Jones some more. Jessica Jones. So she ends up. Well, before we get, obviously, I skipped Karen a little bit too. Jessica Jones is there with Daredevil. They're doing the fight and stuff. And even the crooked cop recognizes Jessica. That's crazy. But they blow up the weapon stuff. But yeah, it's her way of getting back at Mr. Charles for hiring those people to break into her house and give her daughter a bomb to play with. It's not a toy. Bop it. No. Because she's trying to hit it. I don't know. Sounded like it was going to go off at any moment. Bomb. It had to be bombed. But, Matt leaves Jessica Jones. After they do that, Jessica's just gone again. That sucks. No, that wasn't very long. She's there. She gets her house broken in. There's a fight. Yeah, talk a little bit, but they don't mention anything about Matt getting a building dropped on him. And yeah, she doesn't mention any of that. I thought we saw that stuff in the trailer. That oh, you're alive. Yeah, how come that trailer? Yeah. No, that footage was shown. That trailer that was a trailer that should have happened. Yeah, they didn't have that whole conversation about a building getting dropped on him. Because we need all the Defenders to say something about that. That's canon. Defenders season 1 better be canon. So Matt leaves after the fight with Jessica Jones, goes back to Bullseye and Karen. And before he obviously gets there, Karen even puts a gun to Bullseye's head, and he's like, "Thank you." He wants to frickin' get killed by Karen. But yeah, before obviously Karen goes nuts, she's like, she still supposedly has nightmares about Wesley. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. That happened in the original series. It's been how much time? I don't think she still has nightmares. She just doesn't have regrets of doing it because it was her or him, which is why she's telling Matt about it's either him or Kingpin. But yeah, she has a gun to Bullseye. Bullseye thanks her, and she sees foggy little flashback stuff. Yeah, but she has a gun. She's even about to pull the trigger. And what does Matt do? He nunchucks the gun away and it goes off still. It doesn't shoot Bullseye though, but the gun still goes off. I don't know why I'm falling off my chair now. But yeah. And Karen goes off on him. And she's like, bullshit. Blah, blah, blah. She pulls a Frank Castle on his ass. One of these times it's gonna be you or him. Yeah. Matt's a good guy. He won't kill Kingpin even though. Yeah. Later on, what happens after that? He leaves again. He leaves again. Karen goes a different way. We don't know what the fuck happened to Bullseye now. Bullseye didn't get killed. uh, Karen just goes away. What the fuck? What's this? That's why I don't know about these cutscenes. It's kind of weird. Like no explanation. Karen's just on the streets with the crooked cops and White Tiger 2.0. The better White Tiger, the one that's more well known, the one that was an Ultimate Spider-Man. But yeah, we're in the streets, and Matt's having a fight with Kingpin. We're near the end of the episode already. I'm sure there's some other stuff. I forget. Uh, Daniel. I guess I go back to this. Daniel and what BB when they're having their conversation. Daniel's saying to BB, I can't protect you from him anymore and stuff. So, uh, it was a good moment though. They were about to kiss too, so she's starting to like Daniel a little more, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, fucking cricket cast and stuff. That's going on there. And the task force guy that killed the guy that helped Bullseye break those prisoners out kills him, and he's like, "It was a vigilante that did it." Yeah, all these people saw you do that with your gun. They're not, and they know vigilante. The whatever. You're both cop and task force. Sorry, I'm having a little brain fart. Apparently, Daredevil and Kingpin fight, but before that, Kingpin he just goes there and sits in his chair and looks at the white painting, which of course eventually gets covered with blood again. Daredevil and him have the fight or whatever, but before that, Matt's like Matt's having a conversation. We didn't want this. You didn't want this. I didn't want this, or whatever. He's like, imagine if we never met each other and stuff. Obviously, they're both grieving because Bullseye killed Foggy and Vanessa. So I felt that would have been crazy. I know it wouldn't happen, but if Matt just gave Bullseye over to Kingpin and let him kill him, that would have been crazy. But no, obviously that wouldn't happen anyways. That's just a crazy scenario. But Matt even like, you leave New York, I'll leave New York. Yeah, they end up having the fight. And freaking oh my gosh, this is crazy. Matt pulls a Luigi. Yeah, what does he do? He hits Kingpin with his knee. He hits him right in the freaking face with his knee. uh, Move down a little bit. Obviously, they don't stop fighting. The whole task force stuff, and there's a red light on the White House. Yeah, on the White House. It looks like the White House. You know what I mean? The mayor's house, I guess. There's a red light saying "rebel and resist." But yeah. trying to think if there's an how does that like you're not gonna kill me is what Kingpin even says to him. What are you gonna do? Arrest me? Like you leave, I leave, whatever the man said. But yeah, trying to reason because yeah, Fisk no longer wants to be mayor because he doesn't have his Vanessa. I don't know what else. I think I pretty much got the end of the episode. It cuts off with that crooked task force is like, oh my gosh, it's Karen Page over the cop that got the task force that got killed. They're just gonna start the episode with her getting shot by that task force person. The next episode, they do that. That's gonna suck. But yeah, it's just a weird cutoff, honestly. But yeah, there's still 2 more episodes. That's crazy. Because this story does feel almost resolved. But yeah, I think I pretty much got everything. Mr. Charles is talking to that governor stuff. Playing. Yeah. He drinks her liquor too. But yeah, I don't know. I think I got everything. Anyways, random nonsense. Peace out.